To have a chip on one's shoulder. To harbor feelings of resentment, often due to a perceived grievance or sense of inferiority. To be easily provoked or inclined to take offense, especially regarding past experiences or injustices. He's had a chip on his shoulder ever since he was passed over for the promotion. She always seems to have a chip on her shoulder whenever someone mentions her grades. Ever since he lost the competition, he's had a chip on his shoulder about it. Growing up in poverty gave him a chip on his shoulder that he still carries to this day. She's had a chip on her shoulder about her height since childhood. To be a sore loser. To react poorly or with bitterness when one fails to win or achieve success. To display poor sportsmanship by expressing frustration, anger, or resentment after losing. He's such a sore loser that he refuses to play board games with us anymore. She's known for being a sore loser and often makes excuses when she doesn't win. She threw a tantrum like a sore loser when she didn't get the lead role in the play. He can't handle losing gracefully and always acts like a sore loser. After losing the match, he stormed off the field like a sore loser. To be a wet blanket. To be a person who dampens enthusiasm or spoils the enjoyment of others. To be someone who discourages or undermines the positive atmosphere of a situation. She's known for being a wet blanket whenever we try to make plans. He rained on our parade like a wet blanket with his negative comments. She's such a wet blanket at parties, always complaining about something. He's a wet blanket when it comes to trying new things. Every time we try to have fun, he comes along and acts like a wet blanket. To be a black sheep. To be a person who is regarded as a disgrace or embarrassment to their family or group. To be an outsider or misfit within a social or familial context, often due to behavior or beliefs. She's considered the black sheep in her conservative community because of her progressive views. In a family of doctors, she's always been the black sheep for pursuing a career in art. He's always been the black sheep among his classmates, never quite fitting in. She's the black sheep of the team, always causing trouble and underperforming. He's the black sheep of the family because of his criminal record. To be a wolf in sheep's clothing. To be a person who pretends to be harmless or benign while actually being dangerous or deceitful. To be someone who hides their true intentions or nature behind a facade of friendliness or innocence. You never know who might be a wolf in sheep's clothing, so it's important to be cautious. He seemed like a nice guy at first, but he turned out to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, pretending to support the cause while secretly working against it. Beneath her sweet exterior, she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, manipulating those around her for her own gain. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing, feigning ignorance to cover up her deceitful actions. To cry over spilled milk. To dwell on past mistakes or misfortunes that cannot be undone. To waste time and energy lamenting something that has already happened and cannot be changed. There's no use crying over spilled milk. What's done is done. He needs to stop crying over spilled milk and focus on finding a solution. She's been crying over spilled milk ever since she lost her phone. There's no point in crying over spilled milk. We need to move on and learn from our mistakes. She's still crying over spilled milk about the job she didn't get. To be a snake in the grass. To be a person who is treacherous or deceitful, often pretending to be friendly or harmless. To be someone who betrays trust or loyalty by acting in a covert or underhanded manner. He's a snake in the grass, manipulating situations to benefit himself at the expense of others. She's a snake in the grass, spreading rumors behind people's backs. Watch out for him. He's a snake in the grass who can't be trusted. He's a snake in the grass, pretending to be your friend while secretly working against you. I never trusted her. I always suspected she was a snake in the grass. To be a rotten apple. To be a person who is corrupt or morally depraved, often influencing others negatively. To be an individual who has a detrimental effect on a group or organization due to their unethical behavior. We need to remove the rotten apple from the group before they spoil the whole bunch. He's a rotten apple, corrupting those around him with his dishonesty and greed. He's a rotten apple who's been causing trouble since day one. He's a rotten apple, leading others astray with his bad influence. She's a rotten apple in an otherwise good team, spreading negativity and discord. To be a thorn in someone's side. To be a persistent source of annoyance or trouble for someone. To cause ongoing frustration or difficulty, often by obstructing or interfering with someone's plans or goals. The budget cuts have become a thorn in the school's side, affecting programs and resources. His constant complaints are a thorn in my side. I can never seem to please him. The unresolved issue with the landlord is a thorn in our side, causing stress and uncertainty. Her ex-husband continues to be a thorn in her side, making co-parenting their children difficult. The malfunctioning equipment has been a thorn in our side, delaying the project at every turn. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.